So today we are going to talk about another point which is similar to the misplaced modifier. Yeah, it is similar to the misplaced modifier. And we are talking about dangling. Yeah, dangling modifiers. Yeah, dangling modifier. Actually, dangling modifier is similar to misplaced modifier. And we learn dangling modifier also to avoid using it, because we want to have the correct sentences, and then we have to learn something that the learner can avoid using them, because sometimes when you write the sentence or when you speak the sentences, you don't want to mean or you don't want to make the mistake, but mistake can come sometimes intentionally or sometimes because you don't know it. Yeah, you don't know that it is a mistake, or sometimes you know it is a mistake but you don't realize it. Yeah, when you use it because you don't check it again, like when you write, you don't revise it, you don't read it again in order to check, to find out the mistake of your sentences or of your writing. That's why you make the mistake. But sometimes you make the mistake and then you read it again, but you don't realize that it is a mistake. So there might be two points that you might make the mistake. Yeah? One, you make it because you don't know it. You don't know it is a mistake. Another one, you make it because you are careless. So that's why now we just learn the dangling modifier in order to avoid using the wrong modifier. As you know that the modifier we use to modify the word, phrase, or clauses, or to describe. Okay, so now let's start. What is a dangling modifier? Okay, I can say that a dangling modifier seems to modify the wrong word or no word. Yeah, modify the wrong word or no word at all, because the word it should modify has been omitted from the sentence. Okay, from the sentence. So it seems to modify. Okay, modify, and then you can see the wrong word. If it modify the wrong word, it seems it's the same, or we can say that it's similar to the misplaced modifier. But mostly when we talk about dangling modifier, it modify no word in the sentence. I mean, the word or phrase doesn't modify any other word in the sentence. It comes, but it doesn't modify. It functions as a modifier. Actually, we use the modifier to modify a phrase or a word, but dangling modifier modify no word at all. Yeah, no word at all, because the word it should modify has been omitted. And sometimes you have omitted the word, and after that, your modifier has no word to modify. To correct a sentence, I mean, to correct the sentence with the modifier, with the dangling modifier, you must supply a word that the dangling modifier can sensibly modify. Yeah, you must supply, I mean, you must add the word that your dangling modifier can sensibly modify. You just put the word, one word or a few words in order to allow your modifier to modify. Because when your modifier stands and has no word to modify, it is a wrong sentence. It is a wrong sentence. And your sentence has a dangling modifier because you have the modifier, but no word that your modifier can modify. So the sentence has the dangling modifier. Okay, to sum up, dangling modifier refer to the modifier that modify no word or phrase. Yeah, modify no word or phrase. So we call dangling modifier. While misplaced modifier you learned yesterday, modify the wrong word. Yeah, modify the wrong word. You want to modify another word, but because your modifier stand next to another word, it modify another word, not modify the word you want it to modify. But for dangling modifier, modify no word. Yeah, there is no word for your modifier to modify. That's why we call modifying dangling modifier. And how to fix the modifier? Yeah, how to fix the dangling modifier? There are two simple ways to fix a dangling modifier. One is revise the main clause. Revise the main clause. You have to fix the main clause. You have to add, you have to change. There is no specific rule for you to change or for you to revise the main clause. But whatever you can do in order to make your modifier can modify, so we can do it. And the second method is that you have to revise the modifier phrase. Yeah, one, you have to revise the main clause, and another one, you have to revise the modifier phrase. If your modifier cannot modify any word, you just change in order to make your modifier to modify the word in the sentence. Yeah, you have to change the modifier. But another way, you can change something in the main clause, yeah, to fit the modifier. Okay, so there are two simple ways. Yeah, one, revise the main clause, and another one, revise the modifier or the modifier phrase. You can see the example and the first one, yeah, for the first method, revise the main clause. You see the sentence, playing football all afternoon, my homework remained unfinished. So playing football all afternoon. So there is no word for playing football all the afternoon to modify, because playing football all afternoon cannot modify my homework, cannot modify remain, cannot modify unfinished. That's why there is no word for playing football all afternoon to modify. And your sentence is wrong because it contains the dangling modifier. And how can we correct it? Okay, in order to correct it, the first one, you need to revise your main clause. And then I can change it, playing football all afternoon. I left my homework unfinished. You see, I change. I left my homework unfinished. I just add the subject. I just add some word in order to make my main clause to fit the modifier. Yeah, and now playing football all afternoon mean I play football all afternoon. It's why now playing football all afternoon can be used to modify I. Okay, who play? Yeah, I play. Yeah, one more. Having injured his dominant hand, it was difficult to write the exam. Yeah, having injured his dominant hand, it was difficult to write the exam. Yeah. So who had injured? No one, because the subject is it. That's why it is called dangling. And now I can correct it by saying that having injured his dominant hand, he had difficulty writing the exam. So I just change it. He had difficulty writing the exam. Having injured his dominant hand, he had difficulty writing the exam. So having injured his dominant hand is used to modify he. Okay, so that's why it is correct. And now let's try. And number one, yeah, who can correct it? Yeah, who can correct the sentence, because the sentence contain the dangling modifier. So who correct this one? Who can correct this one? Hungry after 2 hours of hiking, my packed sandwich was quickly devoured. Yeah, upon reaching the peak. Okay, so who can have correct the sentence here? With number one, yeah, with number one. Okay, you can use the first method, yeah. First method, you have to revise the main clause, yeah. So how? Look at the main clause. How can you make your main clause to have a word that the modifier can modify? Okay, so who can try? Who can try with number one?
I don't know.
How about the other?
So can you do the first one?
Okay, I can do the first one for you, right? All right, I can say that hungry after 2 hours of hiking. Yeah, hours of hiking. In order who hungry, you can add the subject, okay? You can add the subject. Yeah, hungry for 2 hours after 2 hours of hiking. I put devour. Devour means eat very quickly. I devour my pack. Yeah, I devour my pack. My pack what?
Sandwich.
Yeah, I devour my pack sandwich. Yeah, upon reaching the peak. Okay. All right. That is the way that I can use. Okay. That's why you can see hungry here. Yeah, become the phrase or become the modifier that I can use to modify. Yeah, subject I. Yeah, the modified subject I now. So hungry after 2 hours of hiking, I devour my pack sandwich upon reaching the peak. Okay, that is what I can change. Okay, because now my modifier has a word to modify. Yeah, the word is I. But before my pack, cannot, because my pack sandwich cannot be hungry. How about number two? All right, anyone can try number two, yeah? It doesn't matter. Yeah, smiling from ear to ear. The candles are blown out, and the novel concludes happily. Yeah.
I don't understand that one.
All right. So when we talk about dangling modifier, refer to the modifier that modify no word. And what you need to do, you have to try to change that the first method. What we need to do, we change the main clause, okay, in order to find a word for the modifier to modify. As in sentence number 1, I say hungry after 2 hours of hiking. My packed sandwich, you know, there is no word that I change my packed sandwich to I in order to have someone who is hungry. Okay, Boromai, you can try.
Smiling from ear to ear. The I'm not sure.
How about the other? You can have. Yeah, Nicole.
So I just try. Smiling from ear to ear. The candles are. Wait. I blow. No, the candle are blown out by me, right?
It's nearly correct. Okay, it's nearly correct. But remember that the modifier must stand near the word that it modifies. Yeah, the modifier must stand near the word it modifies. Okay. Yeah, you can change the to something. It's up to you. You don't need to follow the.
I blow the candle out.
Yeah, I blow the candles out, and
the novel concludes happily.
Very good. And the novel, yeah, conclude happily. Okay, good. Yeah, you see, that is a way. Okay, and now we just change a little bit, and then now we got smiling. Who smile? I. So this is correct. Okay, great. Just remember that we learned this one in order to avoid. Yeah, actually, you just learn in order to avoid, not to make a mistake. When you write, you have to avoid this one. Yeah, so that is what we want. Okay, from this one, because we want you to avoid the dangling modifier. It doesn't mean that we learn this in order that you can make it. No, just learn to avoid it. Okay, number 3, who volunteer? Yeah, to become a practicing dentist. Yeah, say hey.
To become a practicing dentist, I must clean, fill, file many teeth.
Okay, I must clean, fill, and file. Okay, okay, good. My fill and okay, good. Okay, so to become a practicing dentist, I must clean, fill, Yeah, and yeah, fill and file. Yeah, my, sorry, I must fill and I must file and fill my teeth. Okay, great. Yeah, to become a practicing dentist, I must clean, fill, and file my teeth. Yeah, that is a way. Okay, because to become a practicing dentist can be used to modify I. Yeah, because who become a practicing dentist? I become. Okay. So now again, one way that you can fix your dangling modifier, just divide the main clause. And now you can move to another way. Yeah, the second way that you can do is divide the modifier. Okay, now let's learn about how to divide the modifier. You can see the dangling modifier, playing football all afternoon. They're the same as what we learned. My homework remained unfinished. And now I can correct in another way by saying that as I had played football all afternoon, as I had played football all afternoon, you see, playing football. And now I just add something. As I had played football all afternoon, my homework remained unfinished. So the second way, I just revise, or I just correct, or I just make my modifier to fit the main clause. Okay, to fit the main clause. Playing football all afternoon, my homework remained unfinished. Now I keep my main clause the same, but what I can revise is the modifier phrase. So now I add, as I had played football all afternoon, my homework remained unfinished. One more. Having injured his dominant hand, it was difficult to write the exam. Yeah, having injured his dominant hand, it was difficult to write the exam. And then I can change to, because John had injured his dominant hand, it had difficulty. All right, I just make a little bit again. I think this one we better change it to he a little bit better. Yeah, this one should be he. Yeah, this one should be he. Okay, so I can say that having injured and change to, because John had injured his dominant hand, he had difficulty writing the exam. Okay, writing the exam. So that is the way that we can do. Yeah. Or you still according to that you still can keep it the same. Okay, you still can keep it the same for this one. Okay, this one you can still keep like it was difficult to write the exam. Okay, according to what we said, we don't need to change the main clause, and we keep the main clause the same. Yeah, you can also keep the main clause the same this way. Okay, having injured his dominant hand, it was difficult to write the exam. And then, for the correction, I keep it the same. I just change only, or I just revise only the modifier phrase here by saying that because John had injured his dominant hand, it was difficult to write the exam. Yeah, it was difficult to write the exam. So that is another way that we can do it. But sometimes you can also revise both. Yeah. But according to the rule, we can revise one of them. But we can also revise both of them in order to make your sentence go smoothly. And again, we learn this one, not for you to make the mistake. We learn this one in order that you have to avoid the mistake. Yeah, again and again. Just learn this in order to avoid the mistake. So we just learn in order to make sure that you will avoid your mistake. So when you write your own sentence, don't make such a mistake, okay? Don't make such a mistake. But as I told you earlier, that sometimes you make the mistake without realizing it. Yeah, you make the mistake without knowing that you make the mistake. Okay, so now let's move to another one, which is a bit of the practice. So number 1, yeah, who can try to correct this sentence? Yeah, to correct the sentence. And the first one, while driving to work, a car accident caused a traffic jam on the highway. And how can you correct it? Yeah, Chị.
I'm not sure if it's right.
It doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter.
While I was driving to work, a car accident caused a traffic jam on the highway.
Very good. Okay, while I was driving, yeah, to work, a car accident, yeah, caused a traffic jam on the highway. Okay, on the highway. Okay, good. So you only change a little bit like that. Yeah, while I was driving to work, a car accident caused a traffic jam on the highway. Good. How about the second one? Who volunteer? Say that requiring more data for the study, questionnaires were collected from an additional 200 people. All right. Okay, just wait. Okay, so can I hear from Boromay?
As the teacher was requiring more data for the study, questionnaires were collected from an additional 200 people.
Okay, can you say that again, please, Boromay?
As the teacher was requiring more data for the study.
Okay. All right, so just change a little bit, okay? You can just say that you don't need to say was required. Just say that as the teacher required more data for the study. Yeah, questionnaire. Yeah, good. Questionnaire were collected from an additional 200 people. Okay, great. Okay, one more. Okay, one more. Yeah, one more. Yeah, one more. The last one, number 3. Oh, this one that must be taken. Okay, taken. Okay, Chinchu.
Because I.
Yeah, because I
took down the cellar, the darkness of What is that term?
Obscure, obscure.
Obscure the details of the room.
Okay. All right. So the better way, you better say because I was taken down. Yeah, because I was taken down to the cellar. Yeah. The darkness obscured the detail of the room. All right. I think it might be a bit difficult for you when you want to change, someone else's sentences or someone else's ideas. But when you make your own sentences, you may not have the problem. But again and again, you learn this in order to avoid making the mistake. You better know that when you have the modifier, your modifier must have the word to modify. When your modifier has no word to modify, your modifier is nothing in a sentence. When your modifier is nothing in the sentence, it means that your sentence is wrong. Okay, so I hope that after you learn the two mistake of modifier, misplaced modifier and dangling modifier, next time when you write a sentence, you better check your sentence. Yeah, you better check your sentence carefully in order to avoid making any mistake. Okay, so before we end our first Zoom video call, do you have any question about dangling modifier? Any question? Yeah, do you have any question with your dangling modifier, everyone? Okay.
I guess no.
I guess no. Okay, that's good. If you don't have any question, and I hope that you can learn more in the exercise in the web, and then try to do that and come back at 7. We will discuss more about that. But if you have any more question, yeah, you can also ask in the second session. So that is enough for today. Goodbye. See you at 7.
Goodbye,
Bye,
sir.
teacher.
Bye.